in Voice of Autism, episode 462. And 1 minute. Let me get to whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. And Val's showing off her new doll. If y'all don't know, Val got a new doll from
Susie. Susie, hi, Susie. Give you some stare. Hi.
If y'all don't know, Val got a new doll.
She's my queen, Susie. Means like a diminutive word for Susie. Susie is such a beauty. Look, blue eyes, reddish brown hair, and with this nice color plated, appeal. Look at the beautiful smile that nobody can forget. Don't confuse, don't make this stare scare you all, okay? And look at the beautiful shoe, no shoelace. And she's a dollar from Goodwill.
Val,
Susie,
Val found her in Goodwill.
with a basket of flowers too. It's like a basket full of sunshine and love, y'all. Please don't hurt her. She's a beauty. And I found it in Mount Pleasant Goodwill.
When I know a train about to pass. Dang it.
Alright, Susie, let's go. Love you. Mwah.
That Val for you. That Val for you with her little doll thing. But if y'all can tell by the hair, I just got done taking a shower. I needed one. But it's been a ragamuffin of a week. But work, go figure. And ironically, I slept in a little bit today. Got up around 11. To be honest, but still tired. I'm still tired. Ironically, if y'all don't know, I work a lot. So, normal working average Joe. If y'all get what I mean. Speaking of that, check, I think a train going by. No, did when a windy evening. But I will just say this. Been a crazy week for work. And yes, I know it was the 250th for United States this weekend on Saturday. We're not able to do anything. Kind of suck. Kind of sucked that the live stream I'm going to do, I had to cancel that. That, like, for anybody who don't know, about a month ago I said I was probably going to do a 250 live stream on Fan to Train and all that, a possible tier list. And what happened is that they decided to put me on the work schedule for the weekend. I did not enjoy it, but can't skip it or I would get terminated. So I just had to deal with it, and it was the more important day of the year. Exactly, not to any normal 4th of July, the 250th. Won't have a celebration like this for another, I would say, 50 years. I'll be in my 70 by then. Kind of a little butt hurt, if y'all get what I mean. But I'll just say this. We had a lot of 250 trains. Oh, by the way, anybody wondering what on the TV in the background? LIPD. I have a habit of watching cop shows and all that for people who don't know. But, yeah. But I'll just say it that dipping a crate. And also, I'm looking at the weather for tomorrow. Because, one, rain and all that. But let me get to say that. Kind of ticked off I had to work on the 4th of July, but, work and work. Jumping as an adult, even when on the spectrum, you got to, understand if y'all get what I mean. So, yeah. Look like we're going to get some rain tonight. And then I'm checking the weather right now, everyone. Look like we're probably going to have some rain around 10 and 11 tonight. Then we'll have a clear day tomorrow until tomorrow afternoon. But I'll just say this: the work schedule's been hectic. That I'll just say. It's been a tiresome one. To be honest, I wanted to sleep in today. That one thing as an autistic, I will tell you, as we get older, we get more tired. Also, and as an adult, that veil in the background, having a little enjoyment. But yeah. But also, I do want to talk about this now that I finally have paid this off. For people who are new to my channel or just tuning back in, for the last 5 years, I've been paying off a shed. This shed is a 40 by 12 foot shed. It's gonna be eventually me and Val tiny house. I finally got it paid off now. Now the next step is for me to buy a container to put all their stuff in. That way I can clean it up for the construction. Which once I get all their stuff out of there and all that, I got to work on with some of the other stuff and all that. Speaking of that, I hear a tree. Nope. Did the air. And also, for people who don't know, I live right by the Charleston sub, so trains go by. So yeah, but I finally got my shed paid off. That thing I'm out pretty glad for. That took me 5 years. Now we got to move the stuff out of it that the rest of my family have stored in it, because once that's done, I'll finally be able to move all of that out before I can begin construction. Because I can't start building until it's clean out for me to work on, for me and Val can live in. Because the first thing we're going to do is work on the bedroom and bathroom. Bedroom and bathroom are the first thing, because we're starting from the back and working our way to the front. Once we get that, we're going to go from that to the kitchen slash dining room. We're technically not dining room, living room. We're not even going to go with a full kitchen. Didn't need something small. But also, we're going to have a ton of storage because, one, I don't want the bedroom to be packed like what it's in here. Like, look, this room is packed, but in our new bedroom, when we do get the tiny house, I don't want it to be ending up like this. So, not the plan. And for us, the shoes will be coming off in front of the doorway in the new house. Will not be bringing them to the room. They can stay in front of Jane. So yeah. So when it comes to shoes, because I want to get my hygiene back up, it's that we'll be taking shoes off in front of the doorway and all that, right in the room in front of the exit. We will not be walking with the shoes into the bedroom. Because one, we want some better hygiene and all of that as an autistic person. So yeah, that's the same. But whew. But Val, you want to tell how you feel about? You want to tell how you feel about finally paying it off? This said.
That's already a small low-key victory right there. Don't you know?
And oh yeah, like what Val said, it is a low key victory for us. Also, we're starting to begin the planning for our November trip for our 6-year wedding anniversary. So we're already planning for our vacation for this year. So yeah, that's thing I'm planning for because I want to plan that and make sure everything go like it did last year to plan. Because if y'all don't know, ever since 2022, I've been trying to keep us from ending up in the same situation we have been in. If people don't know what I'm talking about, because we really, really put ourselves in a predicament back in 2022. And as an autistic, and I'm going to say it, as someone who is autistic and neurodivergent, is that I'm just going to say this: is that this is something that I kept in mind because trust me, when you're autistic, you got to learn from mistakes. Because trust me, it's something that we got to as we get older. And trust me when I say it, it's something that everybody need to think about. If y'all get what I mean. So yeah. But also I do want to bring up that stuff with it being the 250, like being 250 a couple days ago. Is that a lot of people in the autistic community are mixed. And look, before I go into that thing, I'm not Democrat or Republican. And yes, I'm autistic, but I am not a retarded Democrat. And yes, as an autistic person, I do say the R word. So I'm not offended by it. I'm not. That saying I'm going to say, even though I'm autistic, I'm not offended by the R word. Used to be a long time ago, but you know, as growing up and starting to become an adult, you can't start realizing getting offended by words like that is pretty stupid. But let me get back to what I'm saying. And what I'm going to say. As an autistic person, a ton of this stuff I have learned is that sometimes decide that you support and not always the good guys. For me, I realized that with the Democrats a long time ago, if y'all get what I mean. Like, literally. As someone who grew up in a community of people between Republican and Democrat. You got one South Carolina and all that, and you have both, like from the countryside to the city. You get a handle on both sides. Plus, I'm a fall for the fault indoctrination of the school system, if y'all get what I mean. Although you could crank that fan up some.
Yes.
You could crank that fan up some.
I just miss my laundry, so I want to turn music off a little. There you go.
Vel went into her music. But the thing is, as an autistic, I'm just going to take it. And a lot of people in the community are going to get upset about me for it, but I don't give a crap because one, I'd rather be brutally honest than be lied to and be sugarcoated to. As someone who you've been babied and sugarcoated with made up lie to keep them from getting upset, I don't support that stuff. Where I'm going to be brutally honest about is that sometimes you got to look into the truth, even if it hurts you. A lot of people can get upset about that, but facts are facts. Also, I do want to bring it up. I know about them moving the dislike button, and let me be on him. On it, that's up and not cool YouTube. But yeah. But let me get back to what I'm talking about. That for people in the autistic community, a ton, not everyone, but a good amount go towards Democrat and socialist And what a lot of people in the community don't realize is that those people, they don't support us. They don't. As someone who grew up thinking that the Democrat was good at one point, I glad I grew out of that. I glad I grew out of it. I glad I realized their hypocrisy. I glad I realized the lies. Because as an autistic person believing in the lies and stuff when I was younger, I'm I'm glad I grew out of that, because if I look at my younger self now, I would say, boy, you better grow the fuck up and realize that the Democrats are not the good guys. Look, in your team, the only two teams I support that would get me accused of being a Democrat, because yeah, I've been accused of being a Democrat. Yes, I've been accused of being a Republican. I've been accused of both. The thing that would get me accused of being a Democrat is actually disability rights and being a transit supporter, supporting transit. Because for a lot of people don't know, I support transit. I'm pro transit and all that. I support being able to have cities where you can get around without being forced to buy a car. And yes, being forced to drive is not freedom. I'm going to talk about that in next week's episode of Fan the Train, because I do have a tirade I got to go down with that. Because let me be honest, I'm really getting sick and tired of the stupidity and all that with that stuff. So yeah, it's up and I'm gonna go down. Also, 1 minute, everybody. There we go. The glare from the TV in the background. But yeah, that saying, like, for me, I am going to go on a tirade about that because one, the Democrat, they're not good. Two, just because I support transit doesn't mean I'm a Democrat. Look, I'm not a Democrat just because I support transit. I'm not. And that comes from someone who is autistic. I believe we, and for a true American, as someone who supports true freedom, we should have the option to get around by different ways. Not be forced to buy a car to get around and survive. Because, let me be honest, for the people who've been brainwashed into thinking cars are freedom and thinking all that, y'all are some of the dumbest people out there. And I'm not going to lie. Because here at Team, we need to destroy lockability, mixes development, and all that. That did to force people to buy a car. That's not freedom. That's tyranny. But yeah. And also, as someone who supports autistic people rights and disability rights, there are reasons why I support that. As an autistic growing up, around the school system treats us like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, Val? that, that Val in the background. But
sorry, guys, I'm eating.
But I will just say this: growing up in the school system in public schools, what hell? Heck, the public school system is technically a failure in its own right. Which I'm probably going to talk about that on Fan to Train, with how bad that system is. But I'm just going to say it here because if y'all have heard my stories from Angel Oak and Fireson, which are the two worst schools I have ever been to, and the mixed stuff from my high school with my high school teacher, Nettle, I'm calling you out with how you treated me, you little narcissist psychopath. Is that the school system literally defend narcissistic bad behavior over people who use common sense. And if y'all wonder why I'm calling out my high school teacher, it's because of all the crap she said to me back in high school, and also how she told my mom while I was in the room to my face that I might end up in a community home or probably on a registry or in jail. Which never happened. Never happened. And also told me that railroading and trains are dying, which it's total BS shit of a lie. Because one, if y'all watch my transit and or check my fan train live stream, y'all would know the goddamn truth. and who really pulled the string with how bad our system is. With
Ooh.
yes, watch some of them, and also watch the American Rail Club video, which came out 7 years ago, out aged like fine wine. It called "Class to Crap: What Happened to American Rail," which yeah, just for y'all curiosity, I am actually going to put a link to that video in the live stream chat if y'all are interested in going to it, because it is a eye opening video when you actually look into it, and that I'm not making up. Like literally, when I first watched the video, it's actually been 9 years now. The video actually 9 years old. Oh, and it aged like fine wine. But the video I am talking about talk a ton about what happened to the American rail system and all of that. That there to link to the video if y'all ever interested in watching it. So yeah. Right, there we go. But yeah. It a big eye opening video, and that was the video that read me down the rabbit hole. If y'all ever get a chance to watch that video, because it a really big eye opener, trust me and all that. That because one, people don't know fully on what happened to the American rail system, and I want everybody to understand what really happened. But also because I'm also friends with Demetria, with one who had the run the American Rail Club, worked my way up. Now I'm one of the admins and one of the founder. I feel good for that, you know. I can at least say that. Or not founder, but second generation founders. But I'll just say this with what I will have to say is that video is an eye opener when you actually look at the history and actually use time. When you use time and history, it's a big eye opener. Plus, it can open your eyes up to reality and calling out lies and stuff. I'm not even kidding, and all that. Trust me on this. But yeah, but let me get back to it. Yeah, my high school teacher YouTube belittled me. Also told me I would never find a girlfriend. Now look at me, I'm married. Eat shit. If y'all get what I mean. But yeah. But it did crazy when you actually realize it in a way. Whew. But also, she had a bad habit of defending pedophiles and predators. Meaning, yes, the girls who violated me, she used to defend them. The ones that violated me. If y'all know the stuff that happened to me when I talked about it from 15 until 18, she knew about some of it and told me that no one would believe me because I'm a guy and told me to stop lying. Which, Vel, I told Vel about that. Do you want to tell them how you felt when you found out about that?
What?
About me being violated back in high school from 15 until 18?
Oh, they think that guys are not victims of SA. They are.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like sexual, like physical. It will be verbal.
Not did that, but don't have to be penetrating. It can be oral and all that.
You can. It don't have to be penetrated necessarily. It can be non-penetrated too. Catcalling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's NSFW. Maybe the maybe I could they could say, oh, the catcalling guys. They say girls get victim of catcalling. Nope, guys.
Oh yeah, for people think it's total BS.
They said it's total BS that guys are victim of SA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
But
That's just
kicked.
misandrous approach when you're not paying attention that thinking that guys are not victims. They are victims of SA and SH.
Yep, and a lot of people don't realize.
And domestic violence through sexual abuse.
Yep.
Did I hurt you a little bit?
Nope, you're right on the money, Val. And for people who don't know it, that yes, this stuff does happen to people in the autistic community a lot. It happens to us a lot.
And then they turn the neck, twist the word, saying, "Oh, it's your fault, boy. It's your fault, boy." Nope.
And
they're being dismissive about the guy going for a lot of SA.
Also, I told you about all the time that I got bullied by my teacher.
A female teacher. I'm sorry, David. That female teacher is a dummy, a crackhead, nitpick, a fuckwit.
And for people who don't know, I have told Val all the horror story of what Nettles have done to me.
F-wit. Should F-wit. I don't want to say it here.
Because, trust me, she was a piece of work of a teacher.
Well,
that and also, a narcissist who always demonized anyone who was white in the room. If you was the white boy of the room, you were going to be the target. Which I knew she was a DEI hire. Yet DEI started in the early 2010s and all that. It's been going around for the last 16 years. And let me be on it. On a DEI is bad. It doesn't help anybody. It only hires the bad people. But I will just say this. That I knew she hated me. I knew she hated me just because I was white. Or technically, because I look white. For people who don't know, I'm mixed. I'm mixed because I'm literally 25% Native American. I'm about 14.5% German. 14.5% Irish. I'm about 25%, if I'm right, Dutch and Italian. And a couple other mixes. I really need to go into my ancestry about it because I know I'm a multi-ethnic mix. I know I have Native American. I know I have German. I know I have Irish, Dutch, Italian. Plus, probably might have a little bit of Nordic in me. I really don't know.
Mine might be. I will say this. I don't look. I'm tan, but I might have Chinese in me. I might have Japanese in me. I don't want to make a conclusion, jump the gun, but I might have. I know I have Chinese in me. It's because my maternal side. And I am ethnic I'm a Cebuano, Bicolana, and I have a quarter Chinese in me, and I might have Japanese in me. Because if I don't look white, because I have brighter skin tone, but I got tan.
Yep.
Tan lines.
That right.
So I don't want to make an assumption. No assumptions, but I'm ready. Premonition's real.
And I know I'm mixed because of my history and all that. Because, my grandma was born in Germany, so I know about where my birthplace of my grandma was. So I know about that. I also know that my grandpa was Blackfoot and Cherokee Indian. Which, even though he was Army, he was Blackfoot and Cherokee, which that I know for a fact. But, train about to go by. I think I know what train it is.
Really?
Yep. And they get ready. We got the rain getting ready to come in soon. Yep, Amtrak. Amtrak going by if y'all can hear.
Is it raining?
Nope. But it's supposed to rain in a bit. Wait for that horn.
Wait for that horn?
Wait for it. Is he gonna... I know he did not outlaw it. Oh, nope, there you go. Train nerd stuff.
Train nerd?
Yep, train nerd. And he about an hour late. In fact, we had 2 hours late to be more exact. But yeah, with the stuff I had to go through, with even though I look white, I'm not fully white. I knew she targeted me just because of that. Plus, I was a male, you know.
Damn.
So just imagine with me being a male and all that. And for girls like that, yes, I would be guys who aren't look because I was accused of being a neurotypical, being non-autistic, and masquerading before. Even though I was on the high end of the spectrum, I still got bullied for it, even by teachers and all that. But that should be a rabbit hole I go down some other day with that stuff. Now let's get back to the elementary stuff with the two worst schools we went to. Oh, another train about to go by.
Babe, I'm thinking I don't want to be dismissive, but you already discussed that.
What about
In your previous live stream, but I remember.
about how my back in elementary school, with the first day of my elementary school, the playground
The first detail, yeah, the first one, no.
where I had a beer bottle exploded in my hand.
Yep.
Oh yeah, for people who have not watched my previous live streams about this, back when I went to elementary school, Angelo, the first elementary school I went to for kindergarten, and did with the playground for the special needs. The playground were run down. It was dirty and all that. They did not think of disabled kids' safety at the time. That was when we were still treated like garbage and all that. Did with the early 2000s, only a couple of years after 9/11. And what happened was, and I'm going to bring that up, is that playground was dirty. It was the first day at elementary school. There was garbage out there, and I have hazy memory about it, but I knew what recycling was, and then I can't remember if I was being forced to clean up or if I did volunteer for it. But I picked up a beer bottle, and that beer bottle exploded in my hand, and all that cut me up. What a lot of people have told me who lived in that area is that they did sport with. I think that the more regional thing is that they for all the disabled kids for that playground to clean it up back then. Which if that was true, then they're pretty fucked up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they were also the last year to 2 years before they banned those strap down chairs.
Oh no.
Do you know what a strap down chair is, Val?
Yep. Rather
For
muted.
no, not for death penalty and all that. For people who don't know what a strap down chair is, who never had to deal with it or never been in a school that or never had to deal with a special need classroom before the early 2000s, they had these thing called strap down chairs. They used to strap kids down that they called acting out when in reality sensory overload or having meltdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to strap them down real tight where they couldn't move, like feet, hands, everything, like literally like where you could not move. They were banned in 04, 05, if I can remember. And I have hazy memory of kids causing me to have sensory overload and meltdowns and all that and causing me to have like panic attacks. And I remember maybe one or two times getting strapped down in that chain. Which, to be honest, thank God they got rid of those.
Really?
Because I have heard of other kids who are older than me who got dramatized about chairs like that and don't even like shitting. They let her shit down on the floor, which explain why anybody who was born in the 80s or 90s before 98 who autistic let her shit on the floor than a chair.
Really?
It probably explains why. But yeah, but also the other thing is Firestone. Now, I will bring it up. Firestone was a ghetto ass rundown school.
Oh yeah.
And I might offend some black people here about this, but y'all were not the minority in that school. Not even the Mexican.
Asians are.
Not even the Asian.
Whites.
Yep.
John Island?
Nope. This school was so run down, Val. You had rat and cockroaches. Plus, you had a moldy roof or steel.
Molten shit.
Yep. Shit. You had holes in it, and did let the fire stand.
Look at my hair.
On water law.
It's real.
Look at her. And the thing is that this school was so badly run down, and the thing is that it had more black and Hispanic people in it than white. The third largest minority in that school, or the third largest group, was not white people but Asian. It was mostly Korean, which is weird for that area. Which I'm not sure if it's still Korean now. It's the third largest in that school now. Probably not anymore. But when I went there, and I'm going to be honest, on it, the minority were white people. Even though I was fully, like what I said earlier, I'm mixed, I'm not fully white. It's because I looked the part. I got bullied to hell and back. I got discriminated against. All of it. And also, the kids used to love getting me in trouble and used to blame shit on me that they did. I'm not even kidding. My hatred for school for that time came from that elementary school because of how bad the kid treated me, like literally, and the teacher and how they acted, like literally. My mom, back in 2008, did almost 20 years ago, nearly wanted to box and fight one teacher for how they treated me. I'm not even joking. That how bad that school was. Like literally. Plus, because I have arachnophobia at time, I'm not as scared of spiders as I was back then.
You and you're scared of spiders.
I'm not that scared of them now, but back then I was scared. Like I get panic attack when they start moving towards me. Like literally. I would literally get panic attacks and meltdown if a spider moved towards me.
Really?
And my teacher knew I had arachnophobia and did what the fucked up part. She used to grab a spider from the wall.
Ooh!
And used to put it right up to my face and all that. Like literally. I'm sorry, but if I were a parent and I found out the teacher was doing that, there won't be no talking. That would be your face broken up on the floor. I'm not even joking. You would have had a broken up, bloody ass face if that was me and I found out you would do that to my kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And the teacher did that a lot. And they used to force me, like, psychologically stand up for hours. Like, one time they had me standing still for about 3 hours straight in that room. Like, good God, I still get sore muscles from that to this day. Which I think that remote my pain come from because of how much they made me just stand still for hours.
Sorry.
Oh, really, Val? Cat's clean. But they
they
used to torture the hell out of me. And worse yet, yeah, this school actually, with some of the classroom, and with some of the classroom, not all of them, some of the classrooms actually had bathrooms built into them.
Built-in bathrooms?
Yep.
So
and I think that remotely the classroom that they use to segregate the special need kids.
Oh no.
Meaning, yes, back then some school they had bathrooms built in to segregate the special need kids. That was an actual thing back then.
Really?
Yep. It was to keep special need kids or kids with disability and mental disability
segregated
from everybody else. Which, yes, you're more likely to get discriminated against if you're disabled than a black, Asian, or any other thing. And you can't tell me otherwise because we have experienced it. But as an autistic and going through hell with all that, and plus them locking me in the bathroom because look, I'm also scared at dark too, and especially with that bathroom. And also, I'm not scared at dark now. I let her sleep in the dark now than anything. Like Jesus Christ.
I'm used to being the same shit as you.
Like I'm not even scared at dark anymore.
I'm no longer scared of weird sounds anymore.
Me either. I let her sleep in the dark than in the light. Like literally,
light sensitivity.
like the curtain, our blackout curtain. I would let her sleep in the dark now than in the light. Back then, I would have to have a lamp or a light on.
Me too.
Or to sleep. Now, complete opposite.
But I need light to sleep on now.
Not me. My legs are sore. Oh, my leg. But back then, and I'm going to say this, every time that the kids get me in trouble or something, I did not. But the teacher did not like me because I'm white. I would technically the second white person in that classroom, or technically looked white but mixed. I was only the second person that looked white in that classroom. I had another class member, which ironically, his dad is our landlord, who was white in the classroom.
Really?
And there was another person that was Hispanic, which I have talked about the stuff that they made him do, which that was just pure evil what the other kid did. But yeah, oh my leg. Sorry, my leg is sore. But yeah, they used to treat me like garbage. Kids used to get me in trouble, and because teacher did not like because I looked a certain color, they used to lock me in that bathroom in the dark with spiders around. Mm-hmm. And let me just say, that thing was inundated with spiders. Sometimes I still get horror from that bathroom. Not as much as I did back then, but it was that bad. In a way, if y'all get what I'm saying. And to be honest, I wish the school would burn to the ground. I wish that it would, torn down to the ground. But instead, they did rebuilt it and changed everything. I hated that school as a kid. And I felt happy when I finally got away from that school because that school treated me like garbage. Now, Hopgap and Mount Zion treated me great. Hopgap Middle, or not Hopgap, it would probably Mount Zion. Let me check because it's been a long time. Been almost 20 years since I went there because I can't believe it almost been this long. A long time ago, but I'm on Google Map right now. Now, if y'all get what I'm saying, Hopgap Middle. If y'all don't know, Hopgap Middle was the school that I went to that did my re-eval and did it and said, yeah, the kid is not retarded. He high functioning. That was the school that I finally got my revalidation on, if y'all get what I'm saying. So, I finally got my reval with that school, which...
I went to the bathroom now.
Alright, you can.
Sorry.
Val got to use the bathroom, but they did a revalidation for me with that school and all that.
Oh, they sued somebody from hurting you?
Yep, but that school with them, that was the school I did my revalidation, all that, and turned out I had high functioning. So
they gotta pay the price for that.
Oh, I know.
Sorry to hurt you.
Well, I'm glad that I went to Hopgap because they were the school that actually gave me the opportunity to get my reval and got a second chance. If y'all got what I'm saying. You know, where are you going?
I'm in the bathroom.
Alright. You bad to watch your butt?
Yeah.
You could wait until after the live.
Sorry.
That typical Val for you, if y'all get what I'm saying. But yeah, whew, I have to adjust my legs and stuff. But what I was saying is that that school I went to hell and back with. I'm not even kidding. That school treated treated me, or check not Hopgap, fires in the angel. I'm sorry, I'm too tired and all that, but them school treated me better. Now with Hopgap and Mount Zion, those school treated me like way better than what I should have been treated. And Mount Zion led the school I went to that I went to, Washington D.C. with back in '08, or technically not '08, but '09 to be more accurate. It was '09 with that school, which was a long time ago. So yes, with them and all that, they went to school that oh, helped me a lot, and Hopgap with what they did. Now, West Ashby High with the mix because I did learn a lot, but I also had a narcissist teacher, which yes, I went through some of the crap she did. How she punished me on my birthday, did for over some stupid crap with I'm sorry, but what she did was kind of petty and narcissistic. I'll always say this: if the first week of school you have a teacher that act like that, alarm bells should be running if you're a parent. I'm not even fucking joking. If you're a parent and your kid having to deal with stuff like that, alarm bells should be running in your head. If y'all get what I mean. Because those kids, they're going to be dealing with a lot if you go with a teacher like that. I'm sorry. But yeah. But I'll just say this. I also noticed and did when I went through the Democratic Republic stage, what in high school from between around 15 to 18, I was going through that stage. To be honest, I learned real quick that Democrats were hypocrite. I learned real quick that Republicans were hypocrite. I learned that both sides was it BS, if y'all get what I'm saying. Which I'm glad I'm not affiliated with both. But yeah. But I'll also say this, is that it's something I had to learn. I'm not indulging, but it's super crazy when you actually think about it. Now, let's get to the part where I get accused of being a Republican for. One, I believe in two gender. Yes, I have trans friends, but they believe in that stuff. They prefer to be called lady guys because they recognize themselves as guys. They wear female clothing. So, and they recognize themselves as being gay. And cross dressers. So they recognize that. So, they were my friends who say that. So, yeah, I recognize that there are two sexes. Two, I believe in people should have gun rights and not have them infringed and taken from them. Three, I believe that violent criminals should be rotted in jail or get a death penalty. I also believe in that if you violate a little girl or a little boy under the age of 18, 17, 16, that you should get the death penalty. If you're a pedophile, you should serve the death penalty, and so on. So, yes, that part makes me a Republican, but also, freedom of speech, being able to speak my mind without having to worry about someone trying to kill me. So, yeah. But also, I believe in being able to start your own business and all that and being able to make your own money. Now, I will say that communism and socialism are the retarded psychopath ideals that everybody should never try to do. We see it what's happening with other countries right now. Ooh, my spine. Ugh. I'm going to be honest about this, guys. I'm getting older than I should be. Ugh. And not saying I'm just really starting to feel something that I should not be feeling at my age. Not saying my generation is aging faster than other generations, which is the worrisome part. If y'all get what I mean. For people who don't know, Gen Z is actually aging faster than any other generation. I can tell you why. We're the generation that got fucked over by the boomers. It was only a matter of time before it came. So, yeah, that's something. But there are a ton of stuff that I also believe in. Which, yes, I believe in abortion is murder. Like, people don't need to get offended by that. Scientifically, I don't think of it religiously. I think of it scientifically and history. When you start killing kids before they even are born, that should be a warning sign. That should be a warning sign on how bad society is going to get. Even as someone who is autistic recognized that. Heck, it was people in the Down syndrome community over a decade and a half ago who were warning about it. And you want to know what? They got they got dragged through the mud about it because they said the first people who would be threatened by this, and if they found like a prenatal test or anything, would be them. And then a couple years later, they found a prenatal test to test if someone will be going to be born with Down syndrome or not. And if you can get in Sweden and Finland, there have not been hardly anybody born with Down syndrome in the last decade and a half. So they were right on the money, and they called it out. They seen it before anybody else did, and they were vocal about it. And you want to know what? They got called, you know, I'm going to say it, misogynist, sexist, all of this, and especially the dancing with kids who are white. Like, good God, they got called white supremacists and all that. That, like, and that thing, they knew what was going to happen, and they got demonized for it. And they were trying to stop it. Now, I did think about it with the autistic community, the reason why I'm calling out the Democrat side of our community. Look, the Republican side of our community is just that bad, but, they're not as psychopathic as the Democrat side is. Democrat side, you can't even have a conversation with them without them wanting to be right and say, "Oh, I'm just going to call you a Nazi just because I don't agree with you." Which, yes, I have done something like that when I was younger before, and looking back, I don't agree with my younger self. Like what I said, I don't agree with my younger self and how my younger self acted. Because, yes, I was very emotionally immature back then. I do got dark humor, but, I grew up a lot since then. And let me just say this. As an autistic, we should be striving to stop the prenatal test and abortions. That we need to be striving, because if we don't, and the day that they find the gene that causes autism, the moment that they find that gene and make a prenatal test for it, I guarantee you, if a kid gets tested and tests positive for being autistic, guess what? We're going to get aborted like that. And we don't even have a say so if we want to live or not. Not in the womb. We're just going to get aborted like that against our will. And also, the other thing is they're trying to reform bills that make it where if you're autistic, you lose the right to reproduce. So, yeah, they're still trying to put that bill in. And which, if you can get the book with Love to Siri, if I can remember, with a total evil book, which I did it did give me the ick with the history about it. That it talked about that mom literally having her son neutered like a fucking dog. Fucking disgusts me just because he was autistic. I'm sorry, but parents like that, you don't love your kid. You want to make sure that they don't have the chance to reproduce. You want to also make sure that you don't get looked at as a bad parent. But sorry, but you are a bad parent. Plus, as an autistic person, guess what? You dehumanized him and literally did not care on how he felt about it. And I'm sorry, but I have met parents who act that way, and let me be honest, those parents are fucking disgusting and evil. And here, fancy, most of them are Democrat. So yeah, most of the people I have seen act that way are not Republican but Democrats. Cred. And did the other thing, as an autistic person, I'm going to say that I do not support eugenics. But a lot of our community who is gay, it get it, and yet I'm going to say it just because I'm also bisexual. They'll also know about it, but I'm just going to say this: it that a lot of the autistic community that is gay, it being convinced that they need gender, transition therapy, what they call it, to transit into a female if they like boys and feel feminine. Well, here at Gene, they know that you're autistic, they know that you're gay, but they want to make sure they trick you into giving your right to reproduce, to have kids away from you. And here how they do it. Do it the same that they use for gender reaffirming care. It also the same stuff that they use to castrate and sterilize sex offenders in some states. So yeah, the thing that sterilize you, they use it on people who commit horrible crimes. So let me just say this. For the autistic community out there who are Democrats, no, you who agree with it, you're agreeing that I support eugenics and I support them sterilizing me just because I'm gay. Just think about it from that point of view. Just think. You start realizing. And for my trans friend or lady guys in the Philippines, y'all know what I'm talking about. And trust me, a lot of my lady guys, which are friends of mine, always say this. That, yes, I recognize myself as a guy. Yes, I recognize I'm gay. But I am not a female. They always tell me that. Heck, even my wife and my best friend, Joshua, aka Arthur or Disney Arthur, shout out to you, bud. He he is gay, but he does cause stress. He does recognize that. He always say it. He always promotes saying, "Look, I don't support abortion. I don't support transition because he literally think it dumb." And that from a friend of mine and my wife who is gay. Heck, it's especially her best friend. So yeah, I'll just say that. And for anybody who is non-autistic, autistic, who would probably have a high IQ, yes, y'all probably do. And I'm just gonna call out the brainwashed people in our community. Some of y'all are dumb enough to believe in the Democrats and all that. You're literally following the plus for the people who support, you know, Islam. Just know y'all are not the good guy. Y'all are not the good guy. Even though I'm not Catholic or Christian, I'm ominous, with a complete different from an atheist. Y'all are really not the good guys. Your prophet is a pedophile, and let me just say this: y'all should be publicly executed with y'all put in the wood chipper for supporting, you know, marrying little kids and all that. Like, y'all should be thrown in a wood chipper for that. And don't only 2 to 5% of Muslims are good. Then 95%, and I'm not even making that shit up. That 95% can go jump off a bridge all I care. And I'm going to say that citizen vigilante is right. For people who get mad at it, they can go F themselves with that. That for sure. But yeah. But hold on, let me check it. Jossie is online. Let me check if he is online because y'all know what I'm gonna do. Because if y'all don't, he is. He is online. Probably busy with it being a Monday already there, or technically not a Monday, but a Tuesday there in the Philippines. But yeah, but right now I'm going to try to call him. But Val should be back from the restroom because yes, she is cleaning her butt. Go figure. Velda don't know how to learn to do that afterwards. If y'all get what I mean. That fell for y'all. But you know, not damn. But I need to. Oh, let me to say this. I did call him Sleepy Butt. I did call him Sleepy Butt. You know? But I'll just say this. It's something I want to say. The autistic community, we need to realize that we do not need to fall for the Democrat, socialist, communist. We don't need to fall for their shit. They're lying through their teeth. And let me just say that. That should be something that our community should be worried about. If y'all need to understand. Heck, even Joshua even pointed out. You know? He pointed it out. But yeah, it is 10:01. So once Val get back, we'll end the live stream. But I will just say this. Ooh, sore right here. As an autistic, and I'm going to point it out, it's that I grew up watching the people lie and commute. And let me be honest, as an autistic person, and the one thing I want to say is that the Democrats are not our friend here in the autistic community. Let me just say that the Democrat and anybody who supports communism or socialism is not a friend to the autistic community. Anybody in the community can get butthurt for me for it, but here it's saying it's fucking true. It is true. And if anybody get butthurt about it, too bad. Bad. I don't care because I have seen the truth long ago. And that's seen. I have seen it long ago. And if people get upset about it, well, too bad. Because one, as someone who grew up watching the community I've been a part of be poisoned by this absolute garbage of a party, absolute garbage of a religion, and absolute garbage of mockery and all that, I am sorry, but as an autistic person, I will never support communism, socialism, or Democrats. I will not support any of that stuff. And people can get butthurt from me, but who care? But here's the other thing. Even though I'm a pro transit team like I support transit and disabled rights, that does not make me a Democrat. And I want people to fucking understand that shit. Like, understand just because someone is pro transit and all that and pro transit does not make them Democrat. And I'll be honest, that does annoy me. As someone who is on the spectrum, who also support transit, walkability, I am not a socialist, I'm not Democrat, I'm not communist. So the people who are getting butthurt about that, thinking I'm a, socialist or a Democrat just because I support public transit, I'm not. I was it support transit because I support being able to get around without being forced to room. So yeah, if anybody get butthurt about it, deal with it because one, I'm tired of bending the knee to car loving idiots who think that cars are alive. Even though I don't hate car, I hate the automotive industry. That's what I hate the most. I'm mostly pro transit and everything else. So yeah, and if anybody get upset about that, I'm about to tell the person do not. Hey, guess what?
Let me guess, you're live again.
Yep,
Hello. Oh my gosh.
dude.
Oh, but
I see that video you made.
how was it?
That looked good,
What was your favorite part? Be honest. Tell me. You got to name one specific part. I know you have.
It was the part where you hit the high note. It was that high note part.
You mean the part where with Dory? Was it with Dory or Pinocchio or which part?
I tell you what with Dory because it's been a few hours since I watched the video. But dude, I know your throat felt sore from that.
Oh gosh, tell me about it. And speaking of Dory, yep, you really are like her short-term memory loss.
Ouch. I just got roasted by Josh.
Because you're telling me you love the video, then you can't even name one good part of it.
I know, I've been busy all week, This was my first day off in a while.
Wait, you're alone?
Oh no, Vel in the bathroom cleaning her butt. Go figure. She couldn't wait until I got done with the live stream.
Dave, I did not need to know that in unfiltered information.
Hey, well.
That's too much information. Kids could be watching this.
So that's what mostly teenagers and adults that watch my content.
David, teenagers these days, they're like kids who are late bloomers.
Dude.
See, the fact that you agree.
Yeah, I will have to agree with that. But Val decided she wanted to go wishy-washy.
David, I did not wake up today just to know that your wifey needed some nature calling.
I know.
Speaking of what do you call this? Speaking of nature, I just found out recently that during your real fanning videos, is that there are a lot more trains in South Carolina more than usual.
I know traffic's been picking up lately, but I have not been rail fanning that often because one, work and all that. That so yeah. Whew. Look like we're about to get some rain in. We got to hurt some thunder.
Wait, you mean to tell me it's also raining over there?
Been raining on and off for the couple of days. I do got some videos of trains in the rain that I have already uploaded, but I need to publish them soon.
Oh, by the way, Dave. Okay, since I'll ask you this, since you are a train fanatic ever since you were born. Why is it that there are no trains whenever it's gonna snow? Come on.
There is. There is.
Really? Because, okay, I don't know if you watched this Pokemon episode. There was a Pokemon episode where May, Squirtle, and Meowth had to time travel, and then Squirtle hit Ice Beam on the cloud, and then stopping the train, from going on their journey because, there's a blizzard. So,
Well, it depends on how bad the snow is, and that we would passenger rail. Passenger rail will get delayed depending on what area it in. Like, if it's the northeast, like the northeast, midwest, and all that, snow doesn't bother trains that much in that area. But if it's snow down here in the south, where we don't get snow that often, trains do become late. Ah, there she is.
well, hi, bestie. My gosh, you really did come to the. Oh my goodness. Bestie, I'm so sorry. David was pretty much telling the audience about your nature calling.
Ouch.
Yeah, and you took that done in nick of time because you're getting ready to storm out there.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some thunder.
Yeah, because, well, it's also raining here in the Philippines. So I'm just surprised that, okay, it's raining over there in America and it's also raining over here.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
It's been on and off. Like yesterday, I worked it. Technically, it rained yesterday while I was on the clock, but I was on my 15 when it rained.
Seriously?
Yep. So I dodged the bullet with that rain. So so I dodged that.
How were you able to go home, yesterday?
Yep. Co-worker.
He gave you a ride?
Yep. Because I also helped him with some stuff.
But that's good. Literally all the way there to your home.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, speaking of home, Mel, I saw your post. I actually love that cute little, tiny house that you guys, have bought. And, Mel, I already told David about this, and the sooner you guys move out to your tiny house and relocate it to whichever location that you both want to, the better off your marriage will be. So, don't worry, Belly.
I know.
Got you in that one.
I think I now buy a container with that's gonna be the cheap one part. With I'm gonna buy a big container to move all their stuff out before I can begin construction soon.
Well, be honest. Are you excited now that you're finally fully paid with your time?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, you don't know how excited I am because that extra money I can save up now.
Good. And they just what do you call this? Just think about it. Vel has been there for like more than 5 years now. So it's about time that you guys really have a place on your own where she could be naked in peace, where she could have her boobies, display themselves, and literally without.
You're literally saying that on live stream.
Hey,
talk about unfiltered.
Hey, you started this unfilteredness.
True. But yeah.
You get what I mean, they come on. Bella's a woman, so she needs her privacy.
I know.
She wants to walk. She wants to walk around with her lingerie on. Let her be.
Joshua, Vel would talk. Vel, can I talk about it?
Why?
Planet Fitness or Planet Fatness.
Seriously?
She's been talking about that. All right. There a running joke about Planet Fitness. We call it Planet Fatness.
Ew.
That me and Val running joke about that place. Because
that sounds ridiculous.
because they like to defend fat people.
Oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of, Val, you're actually losing weight. I'm proud of you.
I was like 200 pounds, but I tried.
Oh, She lost about 90 pounds.
Wow. So you mean to tell me that you've been working out and exercising?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She
I'm
been.
so proud of you, Val. No, seriously, I'm really proud of you. Like when I watch your like recent videos, I was like, is this my best friend? Like, wow. Last time I saw her, she looked a bit different. And Val, you know what? If I'm really being honest with you here, like straight up 100, you're healing very good. Like, I think, that apology I gave you, with all my heart, helped you one bit because I think you truly needed that. And look at what it's doing to you. You never got the apology from, people who you were with back then. And now that you've got it from me, look at you. You're glowing, you're healing, you're in this crystal era of yours. I'm so happy, Belle. Truly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Belle. And just know that hey, the tiny house is fully paid. In less than a year, and I mean literally, you can take my word against me. In less than a year, you're gonna be flaunting your boobs on display in your tiny house without not having to worry about anything else.
Oh my God! Now that going to run rent free in my head. That is going to run.
Seriously, David, come on. Dave, with the amount of times Belle has literally been vibrating her down there just to pleasure herself out, when do you think that she would get to do that in peace where she can moan out loud as if the mountains are yeah.
Oh no! I think signal interfered. Oh God! No 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 no! 1 minute, Joshua. 1 minute.
Dave,
David, you're still
calm
alive.
down.
Hold. I think. Let me check the live stream. I think we just had cut out of the live stream.
Hmm?
1 minute. If it running on.
Okay, just
Feedback.
Oh, there we go. It go. It good. It good. It good.
No, but
good. Yeah, hey. Okay, so
That
as
was
I was
close.
saying,
What I was saying is that we're now close, meaning I got the wild ideal. I know Val got the wild ideal for the shed.
I know. And the point being, okay, I've known Vel since, 2016. At least, 2016 was the first time I went to her house. 2014 was the first time I've ever met her. So 2016, when I first went to her house, if there's one thing about her, is like she likes to unrobe herself, display her
Mhm.
boobs as if it's the best gallons ever. And, she just wants to express herself. So with the tiny house, she can finally get to do that. Come on, David. She wants to feel like Eve in the
I
garden.
know. I'm really going to enjoy that
what?
No, no,
because now I'm going to
Val,
run rent free in my head.
No.
Val, if I may say, I know how much you want to be naked and just not wear a bra, and I feel for that. Sometimes your
Mhm.
boobs need to breathe,
I know, right?
I know.
right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Val, I'm really excited for you and your tiny house. Come on, you're no stranger to me. I've practically seen you naked, so it's fine.
Heck, we all seen each other. FYI, we all have. You
Oh
seen
my
me?
gosh. Yes, and it wasn't a good sign for me to sing. My goodness, David.
Yeah, we all have seen
It's
each other in the nude.
Mhm.
yeah, it's fine. What do you call this? It's what real friends are for.
Yep.
you know. The point is, Belle, I'm just really excited for you to finally decorate your own home. It's what you wanted since you told me that you didn't want to live in the place that you supposedly call home anymore. And now that you're finally gonna get there in less than a year, maybe all I'm truly wishing for you guys is to help each other. Because
Yep.
that's gonna be your home. And maybe one day when the time is right, I'll visit you guys and wow, we finally don't no longer need to rent a hotel and everything. So
I know
yeah,
that day gonna be fun,
you know.
but yeah,
Oh,
but
oh my gosh,
Munchies.
I still remember what the hotel attendant said to you, Dave, when he went
I know.
housekeeping in the room. Whoa, they do not pay me enough just to sniff someone's gas.
Yeah. Hey, well, it is almost time for me and Val to go to bed and all that.
Oh, really? Okay. Love
But
you, David. And
but
Val,
Love you too,
I know
Bessie.
I know you're tired, and I know that you want your own space now. So just know that I love you.
Love you too.
Love you too, man.
Love you too. Love you, Day Day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. That was us and our friend Joshua. But yeah, but it is almost time for us to go to bed because it is right now 10:20. So me and Val do got to go to bed really soon because she got work at 6 in the morning. I got to get up around 6:30, 7 o'clock before I can grab the bus. So I got the morning commute. So I do got to go to work too. So yeah, but I hope everybody
Enjoyed
enjoyed.
the video live stream. Please like and subscribe and
Wait for it. Talk to you guys later. My God. Happy battle.
yeah. My guys.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
bitches.
Bye.
It's not that. It's not correct. Love you guys.